Carve some antler rings with me. I didn't show some steps, but I start with an antler about this size for size 6 rings, and an antler about this big for 7 1/8. Then I cut them with my bandsaw and I drill them out. My husband actually drills the holes because I'm banned from using the drill press. Now, the next step I've added in the past few years as I'm getting more elderly, I take my bandsaw and I cut all of the excess antler off so that my hands don't hurt so bad in the evenings. Once this step's completed, I then go on to hand carve. When you sit down to carve, you need to think about what the end game plan is. So think about what embellishments you want to add to your ring, and that is what's going to dictate how you're carving it. For example, if you want to add a bullet casing, you're going to have to carve it in a way that will give the thickness that's allowed to set this into the antler. I'm just carving bands today, so this is the simplest carve ever. I'd like to add, please do not attempt this without some sort of ventilation system because this little guy is not going to cut it. Antler dust is extremely fine and it does penetrate an N95, unless you like emphysema. The most difficult part about carving that just really honestly takes practice is making a ring perfectly round. Whenever I carve a ring, I actually never carve them flat on the outside because I just think it takes away from the look. So I carve a small bevel and on the edges it goes in just a little bit. I feel like it makes the ring more polished, but most importantly it makes it stronger. And the equipment that I'm using for the past 11 years is just a Dremel tool, but I am planning on switching to something a little bit upgraded in the very near future. And that's all there is to it. Now you have a blank canvas to embellish however you'd like. Happy carving!